Ladies and gentlemen, this is Intervlog. I say this is Intervlog, and I am here once more. Burkina bans import of weaving thread to promote local market. Burkina Faso, a major cotton producer in Africa, is now banking on the development of its local know-how to boost its textile industry. Although the country occupies an important place in the production of raw cotton, the processing of this raw material remains embryonic. Only 10% of locally grown cotton is currently absorbed by the national industry. Faced with this reality, the Burkinabe government has decided to take firm measures to reverse the trend and strengthen the cotton textile clothing value chain. On September 24th, a major decision was made: the ban on imports of weaving thread and woven loincloths until further notice. This initiative, announced by a government statement on the social network X, aims to encourage the domestic production of thread and fabric from locally grown cotton. It is part of a series of public policies aimed at promoting local processing and valuing the work of Burkinabe artisans. At the heart of this promotion is the Faso Danfani, the traditional woven loincloth, a true symbol of Burkinabe craftsmanship. Since 2019, this product has benefited from a Protected Geographical Indication, PGI, with the African Intellectual Property Organization, OAPI. The PGI helps protect this traditional loincloth from counterfeiting and strengthen its reputation nationally and internationally. This catalog, made up of more than 400 designs created by women from all regions of the country, bears witness to an inestimable cultural and artisanal wealth. By banning imports, the government is seeking to consolidate Burkina Faso's textile industry and encourage the production of fabrics and clothing made from local cotton. This move aims to promote a more inclusive economic model and create new jobs in the textile sector. It is also a direct response to the pressures exerted by international competition, often perceived as unfair due to the massive importation of textiles produced at low cost. Burkina, the importation of weaving threads and woven loincloths now prohibited on the territory. In a joint press release published on Wednesday, September 24, 2024, the Minister of Industry, Trade and Handicrafts, MICA, Serge Gnaniodem Poda, and that of Economy and Finance, MEF, Boubakar Nacanabo, announced the ban on the importation of weaving threads and woven pages throughout the national territory. This is a decision that demonstrates, according to the said press release, the government's desire to promote the cotton textile clothing value chain in Burkina Faso. It is brought to the attention of economic operators and the population that in order to promote the cotton textile clothing value chain, the importation of weaving yarns and woven loincloths is prohibited throughout the national territory until further notice, the press release reads. However, a period of 3 months is granted to holders of valid importer authorizations to sell their products. After this period, the authorization is considered null and void, the note emphasizes. In addition, stock owners are invited to declare them to the Mobile Brigade for Economic Control and Fraud Control, BMC-ERF, or to the regional trade directorates. In any event, anyone violating this decision is liable to sanctions in accordance with the regulations in force, the government warns. President Ibrahim Traore on the ban of weaving threads and woven loincloths imports. My fellow citizens of Burkina Faso, ministers, dignitaries, artisans, economic operators, and all compatriots, today I stand before you with a heart full of pride, optimism, and confidence in the future of our beloved nation. The announcement made by the Ministry of Industry, Trade, and Handicrafts in conjunction with the Ministry of Economy and Finance on the prohibition of the importation of weaving threads and woven loincloths across our national territory is a landmark decision. It is a decision that signifies much more than a simple economic measure. It is a reflection of our national will to reclaim our destiny, reshape our future, and build an economy that reflects the strength, creativity, and resilience of the Burkinabe people. Let us take a moment to reflect on the past and the journey that has brought us to this moment. Burkina Faso is no stranger to cotton. For generations, our ancestors have cultivated this precious crop, and today we are one of the largest cotton producers in Africa. Cotton, often referred to as white gold, has been a cornerstone of our agricultural economy and a symbol of the fertility of our land and the hard work of our farmers. However, for far too long, the potential of our cotton industry has remained unrealized. While we grow and export vast quantities of cotton, the real value of this resource, its transformation into textiles and clothing, has often taken place beyond our borders. The profits and opportunities generated from this transformation have benefited others, while leaving us with only a fraction of the economic gains that we could achieve. As your president, I believe it is time for this to change. The time has come for Burkina Faso to reclaim the full value of our natural resources. The decision to ban the importation of weaving threads and woven loincloths is a step toward achieving this goal. By doing so, we are asserting our right to build and strengthen a local textile industry, one that is owned and operated by Burkinabe hands, one that provides jobs and livelihoods for our people, and one that supports the broader development of our economy. Why, you may ask, is this ban so significant? The answer lies in the concept of the value chain. The cotton textile clothing value chain refers to the entire process by which raw cotton is transformed into finished clothing products. It begins with the cultivation of cotton on our farms. But it does not end there. It includes the ginning of cotton, where the fibers are separated from the seeds, the spinning of those fibers into yarn, the weaving or knitting of yarn into fabric, and the cutting and sewing of fabric into clothing. At each stage of this process, value is added. Each step requires labor, skills, technology, and infrastructure. And with each step, there is an opportunity for wealth creation, for job creation, and for the development of industries that can drive our nation forward. Unfortunately, in the past, much of this value has been captured by others. We have exported our raw cotton only to import finished textiles and clothing, often at a premium price. This has left us dependent on foreign markets and has limited the potential for the growth of our own textile and clothing industries. But today, with the ban on the importation of weaving threads and woven loincloths, we are turning the tide. We are declaring that Burkina Faso will no longer be content to merely produce raw materials. We will transform our cotton into finished products here at home, creating a complete value chain that benefits our people, our economy, and our future. At the heart of this decision is the desire to support and uplift our local artisans and industries. Burkina Faso is a nation rich in tradition and craftsmanship. Our artisans, particularly those working in the textile sector, have for generations produced beautiful, high-quality fabrics and garments that reflect the cultural heritage and creativity of our people. The importation of cheap foreign textiles, however, has posed a serious threat to our local artisans. It has flooded our markets with mass-produced goods that often lack the quality and authenticity of locally made products. This has undermined the livelihoods of our weavers, tailors, and textile producers who have struggled to compete against these imported goods. With the ban on weaving threads and woven loincloths, we are giving our local artisans a chance to thrive. We are creating a market where Burkinabe products are given priority, where the skills and craftsmanship of our people are valued and rewarded. This will not only help preserve our cultural heritage, but also create new opportunities for economic growth. But we cannot achieve this alone. I call on all Burkinabe citizens to support our local artisans. Choose to buy Burkinabe-made fabrics and clothing. Let us wear with pride the products of our own hands, knowing that by doing so, we are supporting our fellow citizens, creating jobs, and strengthening our economy. I would also like to address the economic operators and private sector actors who play a critical role in this transformation. The ban on the importation of weaving threads and woven loincloths will undoubtedly create new opportunities for investment and growth in our local textile industry. but it will also require significant adaptation and innovation on your part. To all economic operators, I urge you to seize this moment. Invest in the development of local textile production. Support the establishment of new spinning mills, weaving facilities, and clothing factories. Train and employ our youth, providing them with the skills they need to contribute to the growth of this industry. The government will be there to support you with policies and programs designed to facilitate investment, innovation, and expansion. I also want to remind you that a period of 3 months has been granted to holders of valid import authorizations to sell their remaining stock of imported weaving threads and woven loincloths. After this period, any import authorizations will be considered null and void. We ask for your cooperation in complying with this regulation and in working with the Mobile Brigade for Economic Control and Fraud Control, as well as the regional trade directorates, to ensure a smooth and orderly transition. Beyond the immediate impact on the textile industry, this decision is part of a broader strategy to strengthen the economic sovereignty of Burkina Faso. Economic sovereignty means that we, as a nation, have control over our own economic destiny. It means that we are not dependent on others for the basic goods and services that we need to survive and thrive. It means that we have the capacity to produce what we need, to add value to our resources, and to create wealth within our own borders. The ban on the importation of weaving threads and woven loincloths is a concrete step toward achieving this vision. By promoting the local production of textiles and clothing, we're reducing our dependence on foreign imports. We're building a more self-reliant economy, one that is resilient in the face of global challenges and capable of sustaining itself over the long term. This is particularly important in today's world, where we face increasing uncertainty and volatility in global markets. By developing our own industries and reducing our reliance on imported goods, we are safeguarding our economy against external shocks and ensuring that the wealth generated from our natural resources stays within our borders. I will not pretend that this transformation will be easy. There will be challenges along the way. Building a competitive textile industry requires investment, infrastructure, and skills. It requires us to modernize our production processes, improve the quality of our products, and ensure that our industries are able to meet the demands of both domestic and international markets. But I have no doubt that we can overcome these challenges. The people of Burkina Faso have always been known for their resilience, their ingenuity, and their ability to adapt in the face of adversity. We have faced and overcome greater challenges in the past, and I am confident that we can do so again. At the same time, the opportunities before us are immense. The global demand for sustainable, ethically produced textiles is growing. Consumers around the world are increasingly looking for products that are made with care for both people and the environment. Burkina Faso, with its rich tradition of cotton production and artisanal craftsmanship, is well positioned to meet this demand. We have the opportunity to build a textile industry that is not only competitive, but also sustainable, one that respects our environment, supports our communities, and contributes to the global movement toward more responsible production and consumption. My dear compatriots, as we embark on this journey toward economic transformation, I call on each and every one of you to join us in this effort. This is not a task for the government alone, nor for the private sector alone. It is a task that requires the collective effort of all Burkinabe citizens, farmers, artisans, entrepreneurs, consumers, and policymakers alike. Let us work together to build a textile industry that we can all be proud of. Let us support our local artisans and industries, choosing Burkinabe-made products over foreign imports. Let us invest in the skills and infrastructure needed to grow this industry and create jobs for our people. And let us do so with the understanding that by strengthening our textile industry, we are strengthening our nation as a whole. In closing, I want to express my deep gratitude to all of you for your commitment to this cause. Together, we are building a future where Burkina Faso is not only a producer of raw materials, but also a leader in the production of high-quality textiles and clothing. This is the end of our program today. See you on Intervlog, same time tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon to get new video updates. Thank you for watching Intervlog. Thank you.